Welcome to my video. I have a good couple of festive games here for you to take part in, actually deliver in your lessons up until the end of the year. You can also do these in the new year as well, because they are wintry type of themes that you could change the names for. So I've written them down on these pieces of paper, and what I'm actually going to do, because I do have my planner here that I actually wanted to start for next year, but I don't want to forget these. So I'm actually going to do a little bit of a scrapbooking sort of way of doing this, of where I'm actually going to then use my washi tape, whatever they're called. I never know how to pronounce them, but I'm then going to use the tape then to tape it into my planner, so that next year I can then also remember what games that I played, so I can revamp them or reuse them, or I can always change out, to change out maybe the names of them. They are also relative to the Play, Learn, Swim book that has just come out as well, which is the Advanced Games for Champions, which are for the higher stages. So very similar concept as to what you'll have in that book as well. But anyway, let's get on to the games. The first one is going to be decorating your Christmas tree. So things that you need are craft foam trees, a very easy template here that I can actually add down below that you can download to use. This size is perfect to use. They're not going to be swimming with these. They're going to be placed on the side. They could be put on kickboards. They could be put onto floating big floats that you've got maybe in the pool. They could be stuck up on the wall, whichever way you want to have them. Personally, I'm going to have them placing down on the side. I also have a dice here of where they have the different colours. Again, the attachment will be down below as well for you to download these as well. The sizing fits perfectly into these foam cubes. Again, I'll put the link down as to where to find these. So the game is that they will throw the dice. You'll have coloured pom-poms relative to the colours that you have. So obviously don't print off pink if you don't have any pink pom-poms. Print off the colours that you need. You may need 2 reds, or you may need 2 greens, or whatever colours that you choose to use. These will be in a little container, little sort of bowl that I have and I use, that will be holding these. So basically the trees will be where they start. They will then throw the dice. Either they can throw the dice first and then swim down and collect the pom-poms, or the dice will be next to the pom-poms after they swim down. So it's entirely up to you where you want to place them. So they roll the dice and it gets to red. They will pick up the red pom-pom and then they will swim back, and then they will start placing and decorating their trees with the different colours of their beautiful Christmas trees, which I like the sparkly ones because it just looks a little bit like lights as well. So you can add in different strokes. You can say what stroke that they will be using, or you can actually ask them choice. You can get them to do different types of movements instead. You can have them running down in the water. You can have them running literally in the water if they can put their feet down, or they can use any type of aqua moves. They can do some sculling going down if you want to. So mix it up a little bit depending on what strokes you may be working on, or maybe because it's Christmas they might want to choose what stroke they want to do themselves. So that's number 1. Number 2 is decorating your snowman, or their snowmen person, whatever you would like to call them, women, and the different types of different decorations that you're going to have. You can have some snowflakes. I've got different size snowflakes that you can have. These are an amazing purchase. Again, I'll put the link down below as to where you can find these. You don't have to use these. I've just had these for years because I think they're great type of prop that I've always used for 4 or 5 years now. So but you can always laminate a picture of a snowflakes and you print them off, obviously, laminate them, and then you can use those. You'll need snowballs. You can either use small pom-poms, or you've got the larger ones, or you can actually get even larger ones. So you can use that. You will actually get, I do actually have some polystyrene carrots that I use during Easter as well. So you can be using these multiple times, and also black versions of these pom-poms. Again, you'll have your dice, your handy dice. Highly recommend to get one of these. And you're going to be putting the picture on here of what they will be going to collect, basically, whether they're getting snowballs, whether or not they're getting their black buttons for their pom-poms, whether or not they're getting a snowflake, and then the carrots and anything else that you maybe want to add to these. I actually got these from Hobbycraft, but they were years ago, but you can actually easily make these yourselves using craft foam. Very easy thing to do and very inexpensive, and you'll be able to use them throughout winter themes as well. And basically they threw the dice very similar to decorating the Christmas tree, and they will then collect which item that they have actually thrown. What you could actually add in too is that whatever they throw, they will do the action of. So for instance, they throw a snowflake, they'll have to show you a floating snowflake first before they then swim down. Or you can add to, add for the buttons, for instance. You could have them to do a tuck roll before they go and get a button, and then they swim down and bring that button back. Or anything else that you can think of. Snowball, they can do a forward roll, a couple of forward rolls, or they can do they have to do a tumble turn before they then push off the wall to go and collect. So you can actually add on some extra, extras there as well. Okay, so that was number 2. Number 3, we have, finished one sheet, the Menorah game. So Menorah is candles. So the equipment that you need for these are that you'll have the dome cones and colourful cones if you want to. They are again an excellent resource or excellent prop to have as part of your equipment, as well as also these cones too, because they're actually useful for many different things as well, that you will can use them throughout the year. So you'll have one of these in the middle, which is the main candle. Then you'll have the other domes for each side of the main candle. You can actually do these in teams, so it's a bit of a relay event here, of where you will have the first person, or you actually have one person in the middle of the pool as you set up, and then the other swimmers are actually at the end. What they do is that you're going to actually have some balls as well, because you're going to be lighting the candles. You can just have yellow ones if you're wanting them to be relative to it being lit. So you'd have yellow balls. The first person will swim down to the swimmer that's in the middle. They can actually be treading water and waiting. If you want to play this with the younger, less ability children, you can actually have them sitting on a noodle and waiting. So they actually get close. You can have them pass the ball to that middle swimmer, or you can throw it and add in a little bit of a challenge for them to actually catch the ball. And then that swimmer that then catches the ball will then swim to where the cones are set up. So you can set up the cones at the end of the pool, or again they could be on a floating platform. And then they will go down and start lighting the candles. So the candles, there are 9 of them. So what will happen is that person that goes to light, they will swim back to the end of where then the next person then goes. So the person that has thrown the ball, will then replace that person in the middle, and then the person that lights the candle will then go to the back. So it's the first team that lights all 9 candles. If the ball falls off, then they have to do a challenge. If you can add challenges that if you are throwing the ball and they miss, they both have to do a challenge. Or you can have it such that if they miss, then the swimmer then has to go and collect the ball to go back into position in order to then pass that ball again. So you can add different variations to the game as well. You can add in different strokes that they're doing, moving down. You can do the first section of being breaststroke, and then the second section of where they're going then to light the ball. You can then have a different stroke adding onto there. You can add on different things that you want to add as challenges as well. So that is number 3. Number 4 is snow trees or angels, depending on what you want to call them. You can actually buy the pack of these. There is actually polystyrene cones. You can use this almost like in the flower decoration section. And you'll have however many you're wanting of these, 6 or 8. You can even go up to 10 or 5 on each team, however many that you want to get for these. These will be lined up on the end on pool side. Again, you'll have, if you're using 2 lanes, 5 on each lane, or however you set them up. You'll either have the big pom-poms, or again you'll use the ball pit balls, depending on how you want to use the snowballs. Again, these are in teams like I mentioned, and they will then swim down to go with the ball. So again, how they actually move with the balls, they could have the balls out as streamline. They have to kick it down. They may want to hold the snowballs on their backs and kick on their backs down. As they get down to the other end, the aim is that they have to throw the ball or push the actual snow angels or snow trees down in order to then swim back. If the ball is thrown and it misses and it goes out on the sides, then they forfeit that ball. You can have a certain amount of snowballs that they have in order to knock down those snow cones. And then once their snowballs are out, the game is over and the team is a winner. Or you can just have them climb up and out and go and collect the ball, get back in that certain area. You can put a zone out. You can use your cones as a marker as to where they stand to try and throw. Or you can have them of where they stand with the sort of the younger ones. They can have them on the side and just push them over and then swim back again. All right, so that's the snow trees. Okay, so number five is light up. So you actually will have 6 rainbow cones. So going back to these cones, they do come in a pack of different colours. So you'll have those out, which are your lights. And you will then have your trusty dice that has your number spots, or you can even have print off numbers on there as well from 1 to 6. And how you set it up is that the cones will be lying down at the other end, and that means that the lights are off. So they all start in an off position first. When the dice is thrown, you will have the number that's relative to the colour of the cone. You can do this with the younger ones as well, as to where they actually throw the colour of the cone. If you don't want to do numbers, you can differentiate it that way. So whatever they throw will correspond to the cone. They then swim down, and then they have to actually turn the light on. So if it's lying down, they throw the colour orange or throw the number 1, which is relative to orange. They then swim down, and then they turn the light on and then swim back. Then the next person will then, or the next swimmer will then throw theirs. And if it's number 2 and it's red, corresponding to red, or you have your red dice throwing here, they then swim down and turn the red one on, and so forth. If they throw the same colour, which they've thrown orange again, they then will turn the light off. So they then swim down. If it's on, they then move it. So if it's turned on, then they've moved the position to turn off. and then they swim back again. So then if they change and they do throw again another orange, they then turn it back on and so on. So basically the aim of the game is that all of the lights are in an on position to win the game. So it can take quite a while if they keep throwing the same colour. But it's actually a really fun game, and the children just absolutely love it. In fact, they love all of these games, so well worth doing. Okay, last one, number 6, is build an igloo. So build an igloo. You're going to actually have some diving rings. Or you can also have some cut up noodles. So you've got a thickness of the cutting up because you're actually going to build a structure. So you're actually going to be placing the hoops down the other end. And of course they're going to be down and underneath the water. You have your trusty dice again. If they throw an even number, then they can actually pick up a hoop or one of the cut up noodles, because they're actually going to build their igloo. If they actually throw an odd number, they can't unlock a piece of structure or they can't unlock their piece of their igloo, so they then have to swim back down, and then the next person then goes. So then they keep going, so they will swim down, throw the dice, an even number 2 is thrown, therefore they can go down and pick up their start of their igloo and then swim it back. How they swim it back is entirely up to you, and how they swim down is entirely up to you as well. If they have picked up, maybe they can swim back and that they can then balance it on their heads, or maybe they can swim back and they can hold it on their chest, or maybe they can hold it out and kick. Maybe they can hold it and practice their arm strokes if they want to do that. Maybe you can have it at the back and they do their arm strokes on their back if you want them to do that. So lots of things that you can actually add in as and when. If they miss it, or if they actually do throw and do not unlock the igloo part, maybe you can add in a little bit of a challenge as well. When they have actually unlocked all of the hoops, you can actually create, if you have the same size, unfortunately I have different size hoops here to show you, but you can actually create a little igloo shape using using the different hoops. So they can actually create a little bit of a structure using the igloo if they want to. If not, then they can just stack them like they would stack the noodle pieces or the noodle slices there. You can also add with the noodle slices, you can add X amount of numbers in. You don't have to just do 6. You can add in different numbered amount depending on the amount of children, swimmers that you have with you that day. The noodle pieces, of course, will be scattered around because they will be floating on the top. So I hope you like those festive games, and wishing you a Merry Christmas and all the best for 2024. Take care. Bye.